Hi folks, we're going to do a book review, a vampire book review called Vampire Winter. This came out in 1990, shortly after Anne Rice kind of dominated the scene. Not that she's the first one to write a series of vampire books. Fred Saberhagen, I believe, did some, and a few other people did. But it's really Anne Rice who made the vampire explode into what we would call mainstream popular culture. It's probably due to Anne Rice and her novels that we have so many other books as well as comic books. We have so many movies, some of which are very obscure, video games, and yes, even web comics. Now the setting is somewhat untraditional. What happened basically is World War III. And World War III brings about a nuclear winter. That would have required a lot of ground bursts, and that seems unrealistic, but let's continue with the plot. Our main character is a vampire, and now he finds himself with sunlight gone. It is night 24 hours a day. Once again, I'm not too sure about the science behind that, but let's go for it. He finds he's in a little bit of a problem in that his old behavior patterns are not working. He doesn't just take a little bit of blood and leave. He kills his victims. He never thought they could live anyway after a vampire attack, so he's never tried. But he realizes their numbers are decreasing. They're starving, they're fighting among themselves, and there's another factor involved. The other factor is the fact that a radioactive fallout has made many of the people on Earth deadly to him. Their blood is now full of radiation, and he can't absorb that. What happens, therefore, is that people start to form communities, and the vampire has to figure out how to protect these communities of healthy humans, while at the same time trying to feed on them without damaging their ability to defend themselves against the radiation, the problems of starvation, and the raiders, those people out there who are sick, starving, in some cases dying from radiation. He has to protect the good blood against the bad blood. And on top of that, he's somewhat of a traditionalist vampire, a ruthless vampire, one who while understanding humans is not really that sympathetic. He is the kind of vampire I truly like. Like I said, a traditional vampire. Okay, that might be a little too traditional, and I don't remember him having that many wives. Yeah, that actually looks a little more what I pictured him to be like. Even though he's a traditionalist, he has to change his behavior to survive, and I do like some of the choices the author made in how the vampires came about, how they respond to other vampires. The fact that this vampire is still... he's not human anymore. He's an alpha super predator. Yet he still understands a little bit about the behavior of human beings. He's lived among them. And I like that because, let's face it, if a vampire is too emotional, he gets whiny. But if he doesn't have any emotional link with his prey, he's a B-movie villain. It's not very interesting. I'm not too sure I like the idea that he responded a lot on instinct. Especially when it came to his bloodlust. Listen, I love a good hamburger and a side of sweet potato fries, just like the next guy. But that does not mean if I see a cow I'm going to attack it and try to rip its head off. I mean, come on, we get hungry, but we don't allow instinct to take over like that. Okay, I do attack sweet potato fries on sight, but I'll see a therapist about that. Anyway, the thing is, I really think if you're into vampires, movies, books, and all that, and you're just sick of all these straws and you can't find that needle in the haystack, this is one of them, okay? I'm not saying there's not a few out there, but they're hard to find, and everybody reviews the books, and some of those reviews are not legit. Sometimes they're just people being paid to say this is fabulous. They don't explain why it's fabulous. Just like some people don't explain, well, this movie sucks. It's like, well, why? Because what you think sucks, I might like, and what you think you might like, I might not like, and so on and so forth. I mean, there's some foods put together that some of you would find horrible, but I think, hey, that's great. Childhood memories, childhood disasters, But this is one I think you might like, but the problem is you might have to find it used. I'm not sure how many reprints have been out there. Might be on Kindle. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.